Jai Hind to all. My name is Dr. Divya Sharma. Now, I'm assistant professor in Ajay Kumar Garg Engineering College, Ghaziabad. Now, today's video lecture is on instrumentation amplifier and general impedance converter. Now, it is a special type of amplifier which is used for low level amplification with high CMMR, high input impedance to avoid loading, low power consumption. And some other features are also for instrumentation amplifier. Now, instrumentation amplifier is also known as data amplifier and a difference amplifier. Now, this instrumentation amplifier circuit provides high input resistance for accurate measurement of signals from transducers. In this circuit, a non-inverting amplifier added to each of the base of the difference means there is a difference amplifier, and each terminal of the difference amplifier there is an inverter. Non-inverting circuit is connected in the circuit diagram. Now, this is the circuit diagram of instrumentation amplifier. Now, you can see this is, let us consider this is your first stage where you have two non-inverting circuits are connected to the terminal of this difference amplifier. This is second stage. This is our difference amplifier. Where these are the inputs of this difference amplifier, that is you can consider that this is VA and VB terminals are there, VA and VB, and these two non-inverting circuits are connected to the input terminals of this difference amplifier. Now, if you have to find out this V out should be, V output is equal to, means input voltages are there V1 and V2, so difference of V2 and V1. Now, gain of this whole circuit diagram. So, gain, you have to find out gain for this difference amplifier, gain for this, find out the gain for this two non-inverting circuits are there which are connected in the input terminals of this difference amplifier. So, gain for this one and this one you have to calculate, and difference of the input voltages for this, and your output should be like this. V out is equal to V2 minus V1, 1 plus 2 R1 upon Rg in bracket R2 upon R1. Now, V2 minus V1, why we are writing here V2 minus V1, why we are not writing here V1 minus V2? So, V2 is connected at the non-inverting input, non-inverting terminal of this operational amplifier. So, you can say you have to write down this V2 minus V1. If you are writing here V1 minus V2, so V out is in negative form. So, this is the circuit diagram, and we have to find out this output voltage from this circuit diagram. So, you can see in this circuit diagram, V out is equal to R2 feedback resistance and input resistance which is connected at the inverting terminal. So, V naught is equal to R2 upon R1 and VA minus V1. So, difference of the voltages which are connected at the input of this difference amplifier. So, VA is connected to non-inverting terminal. So, VA minus VB feedback resistance upon resistance which is connected at the inverting terminal. So, this is the equation for this. Now, we have to find out current across this terminal. Let us consider this is IG. Now, you can see in the circuit diagram, this is non-inverting amplifier. Now, you can see V1, this one is V1 terminal. So, this one is also V1 due to the short circuit, due to this virtual grounded concept. So, V1 for this V1 is given here. So, it should be V1. So, you can write down this point is V1 and here this point is V2. Okay. So, due to virtual ground concept, you can write down this is V2 and this is V1. Now, find out IG. You have to find out here IG. IG is how much? IG is equal to V2 minus V1 upon Rg. Voltage difference upon resistance across this current IG. If you have to find out current across this terminal, that is also you can represent like IG. So, IG should be equal to VA minus VB, VA minus VB. You can, why you are writing here this whole current this from this point to this point IG current is there, because you can see bias current across the non-inverting amplifier, bias current is nearly equal to 0, right. So, no current is flowing across this IB, this base, this IB current is nearly equal to 0. Here also IB is nearly equal to 0. So, if it is here 0, no current is flowing across this terminal. So, you can see जो भी current, the current which is flowing from this point to this point, that is flowing from this point to this point. So Ig you can find out from this terminal. Ig is equal to Va minus Vb upon resistance. So total resistance here 2 R1 plus Rg. So this Ig is this one. Okay. Now, so Ig is equal to V2 minus V1 upon Rg. Now, we have to find out output voltage across this circuit diagram. You can see here already we have find it. V output is equal to R2 upon R1, Va minus Vb, and this equation was also derived from the previous slide. Ig is equal to V2 minus V1 upon Rg. And Ig across these two terminals means Ig current is flowing from this point to this point, that is equal to Va minus Vb Rg upon Rg plus 2R1. Now, you can, from this equation, you can find out Va minus Vb. Va minus Vb is Ig in bracket Rg plus 2R1. From this equation, we are finding Va minus Vb. Now, substitute in this equation, substitute Ig in terms of V1 minus V2, and V1 minus V2, Ig is equal to V2 minus V1 upon Rg. So, put this equation here in place of Ig. So, Va minus Vb is equal to V2 minus V1 upon Rg in bracket Rg plus 2R1. Now, here Va minus Vb is equal to V2 minus V1 upon Rg 2R1. This is the equation. Now, put this equation B and equation A. This is your main equation for this circuit diagram. It means Va is equal to feedback resistance upon input resistance of this A3 operational amplifier into Va minus Vb. So, this is the main equation. So, put this value Va minus Vb in this equation, you will get here V naught. So, when you will put this equation in this equation, you will get V naught is equal to R2 upon R1 in bracket 1 plus 2 R1 upon Rg in bracket voltage difference V2 minus V1. So, this is the output voltage for this instrumentational amplifier. It means output voltage is equal to overall gain of these two non-inverting amplifier and this difference amplifier. So, overall gain is how much? Overall gain is R2 upon R1 in bracket 1 plus 2 R1 upon Rg. Now, input voltage difference. So, input voltages are here V2 minus V1. So, this is the overall voltage for this instrumentation amplifier, that is V naught is equal to R2 upon R1 1 plus 2 R1 upon Rg V2 minus V1. This is the output voltage for this instrumentation amplifier. Now, these are the advantages of this instrumentation amplifier: high CMMR, it means excellent noise rejection for this common mode signals, high input impedance, minimize loading on the signal source. Now, the next one is low output impedance, ensures stable signal transfer to next stages, adjustable gain of this instrumentation amplifier, so precise gain control with a single resistor. Now, the next advantage is low offset and drift, so ensures accuracy over time and temperature changes. So, these are the advantages of this operational amplifier. Now, if this circuit diagram, this instrumentation amplifier have advantages, now disadvantages also are there for this instrumentation amplifier. So, these are the disadvantages of the instrumentation amplifier. Its cost is very high, more expensive than simpler amplifiers. Now, its design is very complex, so harder to design and troubleshoot. Now, the third disadvantage is higher power consumption, not ideal for battery powered devices. Now, its disadvantage is also there: limited bandwidth, it means less suitable for high frequency signals. Now, its offset, if we are talking about this offset voltage, so it requires calibration for ultra precise needs. So, these are the disadvantages of instrumentation amplifier. Now, these are the application of instrumentation amplifier. These can be used in biomedical ECG and EEG signal amplification. Now, the second is strain gauges, precision in load and pressure measurement. Now, the third application is temperature sensors, amplifiers, thermocouple or RTD signals are there. Now, the next is data acquisition, pre-amplification of weak signals for pre-amplification for weak signal, we can use data acquisition. Now, industrial purpose, sensor monitoring in automation systems. Now, these are used in audio signals, low noise amplification in audio gear. Now, the last is weighing systems, so accurate digital scale readings. We can use this instrumentation, and many more applications are there for this. We can use their instrumentation amplifiers. Now, next is GIC. This is also a linear application of operational amplifier. It stands for General Impedance Converter. Now, it is invented by this GIC was invented by G.S. Raghavan in 1966. Now, its function is, it is an active circuit that uses operational amplifier along with resistors and capacitors. Now, what is the purpose of this GIC? So, GIC is used to simulate complex impedance networks, which means it can replicate different types of impedances. Now, inductor replacement. So, it is particularly useful for creating inductance without needing physical inductors, which are often large and impractical. So, we will see when we will derive this GIC, General Impedance Converter. So, we can see in the last how we can, we are not connecting there in inductor, and we can find out the value with the help of resistor and a capacitor. We can find out the value of inductor. Now, its application, GIC is widely used in analog circuit design for impedance transformation and various filter designs. Now, we will start with the derivation of this GIC. So, it is designed for simulate inductor and frequency dependent elements. Now, working principle for GIC can be derived from a series connection of two different forms of negative impedance converter. So, negative impedance input resistance and negative input capacitance are there in the circuit diagram. So, this is the circuit diagram of general impedance converter, where you have two NICs. This one is one NIC1 and this is NIC2. So, what are the benefits of connecting this NICs? If your input voltage is in negative form, so input resistance or input voltage is in negative form, so you will get if your input voltage is negative, so you will get output in form of positive. So, this is NIC1 and NIC2. Two NICs are connected in this GIC, General Impedance Converter. Now, some impedances are connected here, Z1, Z2, Z3, Z4, Z5. Now, here we have to find out output voltage for this GIC. Sorry, we have to find out Z equivalent, Z equivalent for given Z1, Z2, Z3, Z4, Z4, 5 impedances. We have to find out Z equivalent, and here we have to find out inductor where you have values given for resistor and capacitor. So, you have to find out here inductor. What you have to find out? Let it be, this is point A. So, its equivalent circuit is, we have to find out Z equivalent here. And next is, we have to find out here inductor. So, these are the equivalent circuit for this GIC. So, we have to implement this and find out Z equivalent. Now, we are applying input voltage at the terminal of this NIC1. So, input voltage is represented by V, and we are considering here points, let A, B, C, D, E, and this one is ground. Now, when here is the input voltage V and current is flowing, current is inputting here, that is I, denoted by I. So, I is current across this Z1 impedance. Now, here we are considering I1 current, which is flowing from this point to this point, and here we are considering I2 current, which is flowing from this point to this point, and I3 is current across this point from D point to E point, and here from E to ground we are considering here I4. So, we are assuming these currents like I1, I2, I3, I4. Now, here let us consider we are assuming here output for this operational amplifier is V2. So, V2 is at this point D, here voltage is V2, and here this is the operational amplifier. Let us consider this is an IC1, this is 1, this one 2. So, its output voltage is V1. So, V1 voltage is connected to this point. So, here we are considering V1 voltage. Here we have at this point at this point A, we have input voltage V. here at this point B, V1. Now here at this point C. So if your input voltage at this point is V, so input voltage for this second terminal is also V due to virtual ground concept. So here voltage is V, here voltage is V. If it is V, so this terminal is connected to this one. So here is also V and here is also V. So here at this point C, here voltage is V, D point where voltage is V2. Now here output voltage we are assuming for this operational amplifier is V2 and V2 is connected to this ground, to this point D. So here is V2 voltage. Now at this point E point is connected to non-inverting terminal of this operational amplifier A1. So here we are calculating here V voltage. So V voltage across this point E, and here is ground. So this is the description of this whole circuit diagram, general impedance converter. Now the process is that we have to find out Z equivalent for this circuit diagram. So how we can find out? First we can find out here across this Z1 impedance, can we find out current here across this Z1? So Z1 ke across current is I is equal to V1 voltage, V voltage is there and V1 voltage is there. So I is equal to V minus V1 upon Z1. So I is equal to V minus V1 upon Z1. So let us consider this is equation 1. Okay. Now second step is we have to apply KCL at this point C and at this point E. Why we are applying here KCL at this point C and E? We have to find out the common voltage V. Means when we are applying KCL at this point C, so V2 is common voltage across these points, and here when we are applying KCL at this point E, we can calculate V2 voltage from this equation and we can equate your both equations via V2. When we are applying KCL at this point E, so I3 is equal to I4. So I3 is equal to I4. Now I1 we can find out I1 is equal to V1 minus V, V1 minus V upon Z2 equal to, and I2 is equal to V minus V2 upon Z3, V minus V2 upon Z3. So this is an equation. Let us consider this is an equation. Now I3 is equal to I4. So I3 we can calculate V2 minus V, V2 minus V upon I3 is Z4 upon Z4 is equal to I4 is V minus 0, V minus 0 upon Z5. Okay. Now here V1 minus V. So V1 minus V, you can put this equation V minus V1, this equation, and you can put here this equation. Let us consider this is equation A. So put equation A in this equation 1, you will get value V2 is something. So and when you are derivating, you are calculating this equation. Let us consider this is equation 2. So you can calculate from this equation V2. So when you will calculate V2 from this equation and V2 from this equation, you can equate both to each other and you will get impedance Z is equal to Z1, Z3, Z5 upon Z2, Z4. So this is your work. You have to find out V2 from this equation and you have to find out V2 from this equation when you are putting V1 minus V2, this term, from this equation A. So you can equate V2 and you will get here you will get something here V upon I is equal to something. So V upon I is how much? V upon I is Z equivalent. So Z equivalent is how much? Your output should be Z1, Z3, Z5 upon Z2, Z4. So this should be your output Z equivalent. Z1, even impedances are in the numerator and odd impedances are in the numerator and even impedances are in the denominator. So Z equivalent from this circuit diagram is Z1, Z3, Z5 upon Z2 upon Z4. Now, so this is the equivalent impedance for this general impedance converter. Now the second point we have to find out, we have to do simulation of inductor. So how you can do simulation of inductor? Put here Z1, where you have this equation, so put here Z1 is equal to R1, Z2 is equal to C2, and C2 is equal to what? If you are taking transform of this C2, that is equal to 1 upon S S2, 1 upon S C2. So put here Z2 is equal to 1 upon S C2, and Z3 is equal to R3, Z4 is equal to R4, and Z5 is equal to R5. When you will put all these values, you will get here Z is equal to, Z1 is R1 and Z3 is R3, Z5 is how much? R5 upon Z2 is 1 upon SC2 into here Z4 is R4, right? So this is equation. So this is numerator and this is denominator. So 1 upon SC2, S you will get in the numerator. When you will solve it, you will get here like this, R1, R3, R5 into SC2 upon R4, and S is in the numerator. It means Z is equal to SL, right? So L is how much? L is equal to R1, L is how much? Z is equal to SL. So L, when you will put all these values, you can find out from this equation. When you are comparing this equation and this equation, you will get here L is equal to R1, R3, R5, C2 upon R4. Here from when you will put the values of resistor, capacitor, you can find out here inductor. And inductor here, so you can draw its circuit. This is A point. Here this is Z equivalent. You have find it here. That Z equivalent is Z1, Z3, Z5 upon Z2 upon Z2 upon Z4. Now when you are finding from this equation L is here, L equivalent is R1, R3, R5, C2 upon R4. So this is the derivation of this general impedance, where we are finding here Z equivalent and inductor from this derivation. Now these are the advantages of general impedance converter. Its compact size, so simulate inductors using operational amplifier. It is versatile, enable various impedance networks. Now it is stable, better high frequency stability. If we are talking about cost, so cost effective, reduces the need for inductors. Now it is precise in size, allows fine tuning of impedance. Now what are the disadvantages of this general impedance converter? It consumes power, requires active components here in the circuit diagram. Now temperature sensitive, components drift, affects stability, complex design needs careful tuning, and frequency limits not ideal for very high frequencies. These are the limitations for this GIC: limited bandwidth, constrained by operational amplifier range, component matching, needs precise values, power supply requires stable power, calibration can be complex, low power not for high power use. So these are the limitations for this general impedance matching, general impedance converter. Now here these are the applications where we can use this general impedance converter. Active filter we can use in active filter for signal processing. Simulated inductor replaced real inductors. Impedance matching optimized signal transfer, and audio, it can be used for audio circuits, tune, control and equalizers. Now measurements, it is also used in measurement system, precise impedance setups. So these are the applications of this general impedance converter. These are the references for this topic. Thank you.